Hi, it's Jim again. It's a nice day. -10 outside, but it's sunny, shiny. All right, but yeah, I'm sitting in the corner of my dining room. Yeah, it's a wall. It's kind of like a lot of a connection. Good looking. I'm with my dog. Hey, Lucky, say something. All right. So yeah, before we start the topic, I want to explain something why I do this kind of a video. It's the video I did after the pandemic because I have a lot of free time. I want to recall how I do exercises. Before I forgot all the form, and then I have to repeat it and repeat it just in case I forgot, and then I can watch it. Right, so that's why I make a many video. Mostly it's not for the teaching purpose. It's for somebody if you like to do exercises. You can just follow. All right, half an hour, 1 hour, or if you think it's too slow, you can speed up with the software. If it's too fast, and then you can slow it down. This is the original purpose. It's kind of like follow me, kind of like exercises. If you guys it's boring when you do it alone, and then you can just follow me. All right. After I make about 50 video, kind of like I do what I should do. I have so many different intensity level, and then 1 hour training, 2 hour training. It's kind of like I don't want to repeat it. And then if I do my personal training, sometimes I do jogging, I do push up, I do kind of like work on my app. It's kind of like boring. Is on the other hand, not many people want to follow, and yeah, that's why I don't record it. Since I have a new idea, I want to record it, something I still remember in the past. And then just in case I forgot, you don't know what happened tomorrow or next year or after 20 years or after 30 years. You don't know what happened, right? So one day you lose the memory, and then you still have a video there, and then if people want to know something about me, and then or I want to know what happened before I lost memory, I can watch it. Okay, it's like a personal bio. I don't want to do my bio by written. All right, or if somebody want to write it for me, and then they just go to watch my video, and then it's like a one video, one puzzle. You put the puzzle together, it's mostly is my life. Right, that's the purpose when I'm doing this. Okay, so today I want to talk about it, how I get my auto mechanic license back to like 40 years ago, and then how I started, how I get it, and it's about 4 years. Then I changed my my mind, and I do something else. All right, so that's it's back to 1978. All right, it's about 40 something years ago. I just graduated from high school, and then originally I want to, because in China they start to have 1977 they have a chance to go to university, but you have to pass the exam, right? So I prepare it, and then my parents told me, and then, oh no, you don't go for university, it's no good, and then you better learn some skill and stay with your parents and then help the family. Okay, I said, I said, okay, so they find me a job. All right, so first of all, this job is not easy to get. It's kind of like, once you get a job, you guarantee your life, something like that, because you work for the government. Or you can say you work in the government-owned company. All right, you have much better benefit through your life. All right, so my classmate around me, and then not many people get this kind of like opportunity to get a job. All right, somebody have no job, somebody have even they not work for the government, maybe they work for some private company or something, and then the benefit, the income, the career you have is no comparison. It's kind of like a valuable opportunity for a person just graduate from the high school, right? That by the time, and then not many people have a chance to go to university, and then even you try very hard, you need a very high score to get into the university. All right, so yeah, that's another story. Since I decided not go to the university, I started work. What kind of work? It's an auto mechanic. All right, by the time it's a skill work. If you have that kind of skill, and then mostly, yeah, you have a better future. Or you can say not a stable future, right? Okay, so what kind of job? It's a apprenticeship, right? You just about 3 years, and then at 4 years you get a license, and then you can work alone. Yeah, similarly like here, it's apprenticeship, and then the company pay me 22 yuan. 22 yuan nowadays it's 1.5, right? 1 Canadian dollar equals 5 yuan, RMB, 人民币. So 22 yuan is about $5 Canadian dollar for 1 month working. It's your salary, all right? And then in this, it's a salary. You have to pay for your food, transportation, and everything. 1 month, all right? So the company will not take care of where you stay, and then the lunch. There's nothing like that, all right? But on the other hand, the life expense back to China, over there, it's pretty low, all right? You few cents, you can have a lunch, something like that, all right? Canadian dollar, right? So yeah, that's the first year, it's a 22 yuan, and then second year, 24, third year, 28. When you gradually pass the first level, we call it level 1. It's the lowest one. You can do certain things. You can do some maintenance. Second one, you can do some part change, something like that. And then you all the way go to the level 8. Level 8 is the top of it. And then the salary will go up to 90 something for 1 month. It's a top list, and that's because at that time, the average salary for 1 month in the whole China, it's about 30 something. So when I start with 20 something, it's much better than a lot of people. All right, so as a young teenage, all right, you learn something. On the other hand, you make money. All right. So yeah. And then the third year, when you pass the exam, you will get level 1, and then start with the fourth year, and then you move up to the level 2. Level 2, basically, you can work alone. All right, so it's here we can call it the licensed mechanic. All right, so okay, so I will describe what I'll do in the first year. Right, so first of all, I have to let you guys know I was born in a big city, the capital city of Canton Province, southern China. All right, so it's kind of like now Guangzhou. You see, it's the top 3 biggest city in China. Right, by the time I was born in city, I live in a city. All right, so I consider the life standard in the city is much higher than the life standard when you live in outside city. All right, so so when I go there, there is no such a thing that we call it the family car. By the time all the vehicle is owned by the government, there you don't see a person or family own a vehicle, all right? But by the time there are no such things. It's everything owned by the government, all right? The company I work for, it's a provincial level transportation company. All right, there are about 50 truck. It's a trucking company, and then very seldom you see the car drive into the service bay to get service because at the time there's no only the high level of the officer working for the government. They can have a privilege to sit in a car or van. All right, so small vehicle, it's you don't see many small vehicle driving on the road. Mostly you see it's a truck or bus. All right, so as an auto mechanic, 99% we work on is a truck. All right, it's a 4-ton truck. Later on, we have some kind of like a 6-ton or 8-ton truck. All right, so yeah, when you say auto mechanic, that means you just work on the truck because not many opportunity you work for on the car. All right, so a 4-ton truck here is it's very common. All right, so but 4-ton truck here, like a Q van. In China, we call it the mid-size. I work on the heavy-duty size truck. It's a 4-ton all the way to like a 6-ton, 8-ton. All right. As the first year, I will do some observing, cleaning, and then pass the to the technician. All right. That's what I do at the first year. All right. So later on, second year, you can start to learn some we call it fix the skill. Is like you know how to use the hammer, you know how to use that. I don't know. I forgot how to call that, and then all kind of tools to fix the vehicle. It's not changing the part. Changing the part is just so easy, right? Most of the time you have to fix it. For example, and the brake shoes, right? So now, not many people know what brake shoes mean. By the time, and then some material on the brake shoes, all right? So you have to, if it's too old, and then you have to knock them out, put the new ones on, and then you have to fix it. That's how you fix the vehicle. You're not and then second year, third year, you have to learn many skill. All right, so how to change the brake shoes, how to take apart, and then yeah, and then change oil, of course, and then do some maintenance. And then up to third years, then we start to do some take the engine apart, and then you fix it, you change the key part. For example, those are bearings and driving belts, and all right, so put them together, and then you have to start it again, and you have to do all kind of adjustment, timing adjustment, and then by the time there is no injection, fuel injection, right? There's all carburetor. You have to know how to clean the carburetor, how to adjust carburetor, how to do all kind of things. All right, so changing the alternator, changing the bearing, and then adjust the alignment, all kind of things. All right, so the vehicle is pretty old technique. All right, because by the time China is isolated, and the technique they're using, it's by the time it's late 70, early 80, right? And then the technique we're using, it's like 40 years ago technique. All right, I heard about the vehicle because there's not many vehicle in China. I mean vehicle model in China. All right, so this model is copied from Soviet Union. All right, the Soviet Union, it's copied from the U.S. It's 1940 technique. All right, so it's very, very old technique. I can tell you something people might never heard about it. You might watch in the old movie. Okay, so there is a, when you start a vehicle, for nowadays, you just turn the key, right? So, and then it's on. But by the time, there's no such a thing. So there's no relay. All right, so, and then you have to use your foot. All right, and then you push kind of like a rod, and then the rod will, connect to the starter. That's how you provide the electric power to the starter to start the engine. All right, so it's not like a turnkey. There's no such a technique. And then each vehicle, you have to prepare when the starter is dying, and then you have to go to the front and cranking to start the engine. All right, that's a very, very old technique. Okay, so yeah, in the when you drive behind the wheel, the steering wheel, all right, that technique is very old technique. All right, let me tell you something. There is no fan, all right, there. So if you want fresh air, you just open the window. There is an angle window over there. All right, so and then that's how you get the fresh air, get into your the cap. All right, tell you something. People were surprised. Okay, this 4-ton truck have a straight 6-cylinder, 5-liter straight 6-cylinder. All right, the maximum horsepower this engine can provide output, it's 95 horsepower. Surprise, right? Yeah, because it's old, very old technology. All right, so manual 5 gear. All right, so that's the truck. I need to work on the truck, every system. All right, suspension system, electrical system, and then the fuel system, cooling system. You have to know one, and then you have to know how to take apart and put them back again. All right, so changing oil, and then do the, the whole engine, take apart and fix it. And then you have to do cylinder work, and then you have to change the cylinder on the cylinder wall. You have to make it bigger, and then to make the compression back to normal. It's a very old technique. Each 50,000 you have to take apart and then do the work, but not like now. And then you can drive 500,000. You don't even have to open the engine. But the old technique, old technology, old engine, you have to do it every 50,000 kilometers. It's a truck, right? Is when they work normally, they drive 200 to 300 kilometers a day, right? So it's a very physical work. You have to know how to change a tire, change the fluid in the gearbox, and change oil, and then gear oil for the rear axle. Yep, and this is how I learned, and then to become an auto mechanic. So all the way to 4th years. All right, so and then I got level 2 auto mechanic. My salary will raise up all the way from 22 to 45. 45 yuan is not $45, right? You guys have to understand, right? 45 yuan, it's above average salary in China. That average salary in China is about 35, 40, right? So I make 45 yuan a month. All right, so 45 yuan is about 10 Canadian dollars, right? A month, right? Not 1 hour, right? Not 1 week, a month, monthly salary. It's 45 yuan. All right, and then I successfully get my license. And then by the time I start to have some new idea, but basically I don't like it. All right, because it's so much like a dark oil, everywhere from your body. Your hands all dirty for a whole day, and then I have so many injury when I work, and then basically I don't like it. So, and I changed my career after I get my license, and then maybe I can start another episode, talk about what happened after that. All right, so yeah, it's been 24 minutes, and then that's so how I get my mechanic auto mechanic license. So basically I know vehicle. I know how the vehicle work and how to fix the vehicle. All right, I will talk about this one, something about vehicle later. Yeah, so much for today, and yeah, so see, Lucky is with me. Yeah, Mama, you go. Okay, my cat Max, he's with me. They both with me. All right. Yeah, they're all my good friend. Okay, so much for today, and then see you next time.